Hello and welcome to Braves Breakdown. My name is Justin Ayers and I am the Communications Coordinator here at North Adams Community Schools. Before we get started, make sure to follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our school's YouTube page. Today I'm joined by Senior Will Kintz, who is a member of our boys track team. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Do you just want to talk to me about how you guys started running track?
Yeah, in middle school, my oldest sister did track, and I went to some of her meets, and I was like, this is horrible. I do not want to do this. Like, this is the most boring thing ever. And so I didn't do it in middle school. But then my second oldest sister started throwing her, I think it was her sophomore year, and I was like, okay, I could kind of get into this. I mean, the lifting a lot, getting stronger for football. I was like, you know what, I'll try it my freshman year. Tried it, ended up really liking it. So I ended up throwing my freshman year and then throwing part of my sophomore year. And then the coaches started to realize this kid's got some speed. So I started to transition into running and went along with running and been there ever since, and it's been a lot of fun.
So what events do you specifically specialize in?
Probably the 100-meter dash. I mean, that's my main event. 200 sometimes, 4x1, and then sometimes a 4x4. I ran 11.3 last year in the 100, but this year we're just getting started, so I haven't really proven any times yet. 4x4, I split 55 last year, and then this year in the 200, I went 24.3 just last week.
So how's the team look this year?
It looks pretty good. I mean, we got a lot of young guys. Compared to last year, we only had one or two guys seniors, so it's kind of been the same team as last year, but with the additional freshmen. So we're able to run a lot more people, especially in the relays. We can have 2 relays, a JV relay and a varsity relay. Unlike last year, we could only run a varsity relay.
How's this team different than last year's team?
Everybody's just developing a lot more compared to last year, saying that we only had 2 seniors, and one of them was a sprinter and the other was a thrower. And so the distance team definitely has we're growing there because, I mean, we didn't lose anybody last year compared to this year.
Talk to me a little bit about what practices look like, especially with having multiple different teams on one track team, and how you guys just kind of operate each day.
Yeah, practice at the beginning, we all warm up together, we stretch together, we do a couple laps together, get warmed up, and then you split off into your position groups kind of. So the sprinters go together, the long distance guys go together, and then the throwers go together. And then even sometimes with the sprinters, you split in between high jump, long jump, hurdles. We all split up and practice like what's best, what's going to make you better. So it's kind of, I want to say like an individual practice. It's just a lot of position group practicing.
So do you have like easier days and harder days?
Oh yeah, definitely. So like before and after meets, you have recovery days and working on handoffs, and then those days that get mixed up in between, where you have a longer break in between meets, you definitely do some harder days. That really strains you. But
what's a hard day look like?
So we do some 4:12.4s, which are you run 400 meters, then 1,200 meters, and then you have to run 400, but that 400 has to be faster than your first 400. And we do a couple of those, and they're pretty difficult.
Who are some of the leaders on the team?
Definitely the leaders this year. We have Harry Gunset, Aiden Wemhoff, Alex Chirac, and then some junior leaders that are stepping up and are going to be great for next year, are like Maddox Miller, Parker Freitas, and I would say Zane Roop.
So what do they do that make them leaders?
I mean, they're not only just great athletes, but they push us to be the best we can. And sometimes that's hard to do in track because they're also your competitors at the same time. It's just fun to see the younger guys step up and fill those roles.
Now, are you a team leader?
I am, yes. I would like to say I am. I mean, I've been a captain this year and last year. Help lead the stretches. If guys aren't doing what they're supposed to be, I try to get them under control a little bit.
What do you enjoy most about track?
I would say just like competing like against your other teammates is fun, because although you're on the same team, I mean, like you have to go against them in the meets and stuff, so it's like you always have that little bit of competition. That's like really fun to like have that competition not only at a meet but in practice.
What's your favorite thing about the team?
My favorite thing about the team, definitely we have a lot of jokes on the team, a lot of goofy guys, funny guys. Everybody just kind of jokes around, but it's still serious at the same time when it's time to get serious. but we have a lot of jokes that are really funny. Just make the team a lot more fun. Yeah, there's definitely a goofy vibe.
Who are some of the younger underclassmen who kind of stick out?
Definitely like Mason White. I mean, he just came to Bellmont this year. He's only a sophomore, but he's definitely an athlete that can do a lot of things. I mean, he hurdled last year. He hasn't really hurdled this year. He's gonna be really good coming up next couple of years. I would say Nehemiah Richmond. I mean, he's only a freshman, but he's running really good in the 400 and really good in the 800, and I think he can really do some damage when we get him going these next couple of years.
How has your coach contributed to the team chemistry?
I mean, my coach, he always like goofs around with us, makes jokes, and he's always like, we have jokes every Friday before practice. He tells us jokes, and it just kind of gets the team laughing. And Coach Dave Hakes, I mean, it's just kind of cheesy jokes about like just kind of dad jokes and stuff like that.
How has he contributed to your own personal success as a sprinter?
He was the one that transitioned me into being a sprinter, and I was kind of like skeptical at first because I just really liked the throwing and really liked the lifting, and he's like, no, I think this is going to be better for you, and he was definitely right on that one.
How's the sport helped you grow as a person?
Definitely like being named a captain my junior and senior year, it's helped me like really lead, especially with the lack of seniors last year. There was kind of some holes to fill. A couple of us juniors last year definitely stepped into that spot, like Harry Gunset and Aiden Wemhoff, yeah.
So now you play football, right?
Yeah.
As somebody who plays football in the fall, how has track made you a better football player? And how does track make people better athletes at other sports that they do?
Yeah, so my freshman and sophomore year when I was a thrower, I did track to obviously get stronger for football. And then when I transitioned to sprinting, I needed the speed too for football. And it's just kind of like an off-season conditioning, but not just conditioning for football, but like it's another thing that makes you a ton better on the football field, like all the agility, the strength training along with whatever you do, and it just helps you become a lot more athletic in pretty much any sport you're going to play.
What would you say that like young Will would be most proud of looking at you today?
Young Will probably wouldn't believe what I've done now, because as a kid, freshman, 8th grade, middle school, I was not a fast kid. I was just kind of in the middle of the pack. And so to see me now where I'm pretty fast, and I'm like what I've proven and what I've done is really like impactful, because I would have never seen that when I was a kid. There's no way I thought I was going to be the athlete I am right now.
Would you say that you started track your freshman year? Is it an easier sport to just join and pick up?
Oh yeah, definitely, because it's not like basketball where you have to learn like all the moves or like all the plays, or like football where you have to work on tackling or whatever. You just run and work on your running form, starts, stuff like that, and it's really easy to pick up on. And it's not just going to help you be good at track, it's going to help you in a lot of other sports too. I mean, I can't name a sport that probably it wouldn't help you in.
So what would you say to somebody who's considering joining the boys track team?
I would definitely recommend it, because I mean, like I said, it's literally just training you to be a better athlete in any other sport you're playing. No matter what event you do, you can do long distance if you do cross country, which most cross country guys do, track anyway. But if you're doing sprinting and football, you could be a lot faster in football or basketball getting down the court. You could do long jump or high jump or hurdles if you're basketball. I mean, if you want to dunk or whatever, and really just make yourself a lot more explosive in any other sport.
Sweet. Well, thank you for joining me, Will.
Thank you.
That is all for this episode of Braves Breakdown. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and subscribe to the North Adams Community Schools YouTube page. We will see you next time when we speak with a member of the girls tennis team. Have a good one, Bellmont.